Have you ever heard of the fascinating phenomenon known as mirage psychology in Bulgaria? This intriguing concept is all about how our minds interpret the optical illusions that appear in the scorching heat of the Bulgarian landscapes. It's a unique exploration into the mysterious realm of perception, where reality and illusion blur, leaving us in a state of wonder. Picture this. You're in Bulgaria, a country known for its diverse terrain, which ranges from mountainous regions to a desert-like landscape. The sun is beating down, hot and relentless, on the sandy ground. Suddenly, in the distance, you see the shimmering image of a lake or perhaps an oasis. But as you approach, the image fades, leaving nothing but the dry, sun-baked earth. You've just witnessed a mirage, a captivating optical illusion that has been the subject of intrigue and fascination for centuries. Mirages arise from the perfect combination of Bulgaria's hot sun and the sandy, desert-like terrain. The intense heat causes light to bend, creating an image of something that isn't really there. It's like nature's very own magic trick, performed on a grand stage with the vast Bulgarian landscape as its backdrop. But what makes this phenomenon even more fascinating is the psychology behind it. Our minds, in an attempt to make sense of the distorted image, fill in the gaps in our visual perception. We see a lake or an oasis not because it's there, but because our brains expect it to be there, based on our previous experiences and expectations. Some believe this is our mind's natural response to the extreme conditions, trying to make sense of the distorted reality before us. While others suggest it's our brain's way of creating a false image to fill in the gaps in our visual perception. Either way, the result is an optical illusion that leaves us questioning our own senses. Mirage psychology in Bulgaria is a captivating enigma that continues to amaze and bewilder all who experience it. It's a reminder that our perception of reality is not always what it seems, and that our minds are capable of creating illusions as real and as compelling as the world around us. So what exactly is the psychology behind these mirages? Let's dive into the captivating world of perception and illusion. In the barren expanses of Bulgaria's desert-like landscapes, our minds are challenged by the shimmering illusions of mirages. As we squint into the distance, we may see glistening bodies of water or distant oases. But these are not real. They are simply tricks of the light and the heat, distorted reflections of the sky. Yet why does our brain interpret these illusions as reality? One theory suggests that our brain is trying to fill in the gaps in our visual perception. We are creatures of pattern and familiarity. Our brains are constantly trying to make sense of the world around us, interpreting sensory information based on our past experiences and expectations. When faced with the unusual phenomenon of a mirage, our brains may create a false image, something we can understand, like a lake or an oasis. It's as if our minds are completing a puzzle with missing pieces, using the best fit image from our memory bank. On the other hand, some believe this is a survival mechanism, a natural response to the extreme conditions. In the searing heat, our brains may interpret the illusion of water as reality because it's what we desire, what we need to survive. This theory suggests that our minds are not merely playing tricks on us, but rather trying to make sense of a distorted reality, finding hope in the harsh environment. Both theories provide intriguing insights into how our minds work, showing us that our perception of reality is not always what it seems. It's a dance between what our eyes see and how our brains interpret it. A fascinating interplay that shapes our understanding of the world around us. Regardless of the explanation, the psychology behind mirages is a fascinating field of study. It's a reminder that our brains are powerful, adaptable, and endlessly curious, constantly seeking to make sense of the world, even when it presents us with illusions as puzzling as mirages. But this isn't just about mirages in the desert. Mirage psychology can be seen in our everyday lives too. Have you ever misread a situation only to realize later that you were seeing what you wanted to see, not what was actually there? That's mirage psychology at play. Our brains are complex and truly fascinating, constantly trying to make sense of the world around us. They take in all the information they can, but sometimes when the data is incomplete or confusing, they fill in the gaps themselves. They create a mirage, an illusion based on our expectations and past experiences. Let's consider a simple example. Imagine you're walking down a street you've been down 100 times before. Suddenly, you see a familiar face in the crowd. You wave, You smile, you start to approach, only to realize it's not who you thought it was. Your brain saw a familiar setting, a vaguely familiar face, and filled in the rest. In another scenario, you might be expecting an important email. You check your inbox and there it is. But wait, on a closer look, it's just another promotional email. Your brain, anticipating the important email, created a mirage. This can also extend to larger life situations. We may anticipate outcomes in our personal relationships, careers, or even world events based on our previous experiences and expectations. When the reality turns out to be different, it feels like coming face to face with a mirage. So why does our brain do this? It's all about survival. Our brains are wired to anticipate and prepare for what's coming next, based on what we've experienced before. This helps us navigate and react to our environment more efficiently, but sometimes it leads to these mental mirages. Understanding this can help us be more conscious of our perceptions and expectations. It can make us more open to the reality of situations rather than getting caught up in our own mental mirages. So, you see, mirage psychology is not just a desert phenomenon, it's a part of our daily lives. Understanding mirage psychology can have a profound impact on how we perceive the world around us. This fascinating field of study isn't just about shimmering illusions in the desert-like landscapes of Bulgaria. It goes much deeper, touching the very core of our perception and understanding of reality. Mirage psychology teaches us that our brains are constantly at work, trying to make sense of the world around us. It's a tireless process of filling in the gaps, of creating a comprehensive picture from the fragments of information our senses provide. Sometimes, this process leads to what we call mirages. These are instances where our brains, in their quest for coherence, create images and perceptions that might not align with the actual reality. But why does this happen? It's all about context and experience. Our brains use our past experiences and expectations to predict and make sense of what we see. When we encounter something unfamiliar or ambiguous, like the heat-induced optical illusions in Bulgaria, our brains use this wealth of past information to fill in the blanks, sometimes leading to misinterpretations or mirages. But there's a silver lining to this cognitive quirk. Understanding the psychology behind mirages can help us become more aware of our cognitive biases and assumptions. It can make us question our perceptions and encourage us to seek multiple perspectives before forming conclusions. Moreover, it reminds us of the amazing adaptability and creativity of the human mind, capable of conjuring images and scenarios even in the most extreme conditions. It's a testament to our ability to survive and make sense of our environment, no matter how challenging or perplexing it might be. With a better understanding of mirage psychology, we can gain a deeper understanding of our own minds and how we perceive the world. It's a fascinating journey into the labyrinth of our cognition, revealing the tricks our minds play on us and the incredible ways in which we adapt and respond to our surroundings. Today, we've explored the captivating phenomenon of mirage psychology in Bulgaria. We've journeyed through the desert-like terrain, under the scorching sun, and dove deep into the shimmering lakes of illusion that our minds create. We've discovered how our brains fill in the gaps in our visual perception, creating a false image based on our expectations and previous experiences. This concept, which is fascinating in its own right, has been the center of our discussion today. It's a testament to the brain's remarkable ability to adapt and make sense of the world around us, even when that world is distorted by extreme conditions. We've also seen how mirage psychology isn't just confined to the vast expanses of Bulgaria's desert-like landscapes. Indeed, it's a phenomenon that happens in our everyday life. How many times have we perceived something to be a certain way, only to find out that it was a mirage of our own creation? It's a humbling reminder of our brain's incredible, yet fallible power of perception. Moreover, we've delved into the impact of mirage psychology on our understanding of the world. It's an optical illusion that has fascinated scientists and researchers for centuries, leading to numerous studies and theories. It's not just a trick of the light, but a deeper insight into the workings of our complex minds. So what have we learned today? We've learned that mirage psychology in Bulgaria is more than just an optical illusion. It's a window into our brains, revealing how we perceive and interpret the world around us. It's a reflection of our expectations, our experiences, and our ability to adapt to extreme conditions. More importantly, we've learned that mirage psychology isn't just about what we see, but about how we see. It challenges us to question our perceptions, to look beyond the surface, and to explore the fascinating world of illusions that our minds create. Next time you're in Bulgaria, or even just going about your daily life, keep an eye out for mirage psychology. It's a fascinating world out there, full of illusions and perceptions that are just waiting to be explored.